Hi guys, today I'm going to be reviewing the Plusivo soldering kit with Multimeter. Well, let's dig in. This contains pretty much everything you need to start soldering. Well, let's see the iron first, actually. Here's the iron. It has adjustable temperature. It goes from 200 Celsius to 450 Celsius. The tip on it looks like, I don't even know. And it comes with some spare tips, or different tips for different jobs. Okay. Now, time to move this case to the side. Wait, actually I might take the stand out, because that might help a bit. Okay. Gonna unscrew this. Oh, well. There's two O-rings here that are stuck together. Let me get them unstuck. There, that's good. There. And remove one of the rings. Or gaskets. Put that there. Stick this. Nope. Is it? No, it's not this hole. It's this hole. There. And oops, I did that all off screen. I think, at least. There, and that's pretty sturdy. And there's a wrench right here to tighten it even more, which I'll do just so it doesn't fall off. There it is, there's the stand. It comes with some solder paste, which I'm assuming is flux. Well, soldering paste. I'm gonna set that to the side along with the stand. Here's the wrench it came with. Comes with a nice multimeter. I'll test that out in a few minutes. And some leads for the multimeter. I'm gonna be making my own leads for, well, my own purposes later. Came with some heat shrink tubing, some solder. Sponge goes with the stand. I'm assuming lead-free solder. And here there's this utility knife. Screwdriver pin. A solder sucker. Some tweezers. These are nice metal tweezers. Wire snips. Cheap wire stripper. And let me set those on the ground, actually. I'll be right back. On the ground, and there. I think that's about everything I want on the ground. It has some electrical tape, black, yellow, and red, and some wires. That's what I'm going to be making the new connections out for the multimeter. I'm going to set this to the side. Oh, and some mini screwdrivers and a solder wick. Oh, and last but not least, tiny PCB. Well, protoboard. Okay, let's begin and see if this soldering iron blows up when I plug it in, as one of the reviews stated. Or said. Okay, what's a suitable temperature? I'd say... Oh, let me move these out of the way. Okay, a suitable temperature, I'd say, is maybe 300, 325. This is all in Celsius. So, that should be good enough too. You know what? 350. I'll go 350. Okay, getting the stand set up, adding a bit of water to the sponge. Oh, it expands. Wow, that's neat. The sponge expanded, but what was I expecting? I was expecting it to not expand. That's what I was expecting, if I'll tell you. There's a bit excess of water on the sponge, so gonna dry it off a bit. Stick the iron there. And hope it doesn't blow up. Okay, plugging it in 3, 2, 1. There it goes. I feel some heat coming off of it. This is a new iron, so the tip of it should let off a bit of smoke. And it's going pretty well. It didn't blow up yet. I hope I smell it already. Yep, it's hot. Not solder melting hot. It hasn't given off its fumes yet. Well, evaporating some of the water on my workspace. Let me get rid of some water here. Shouldn't be doing that probably because of thermal shock. I'm gonna set this right here while it's heating up. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a red LED on the inside of that. Let me turn off the light. There you go, you can kind of see that. Okay, time testing out the multimeter. Gonna first use it to, well, common is black, so there. Oh wait, I have to take the caps off of this first. My bad. Common. And red is gonna be set to the 600 volts AC/DC. Okay. Oh, the soldering iron's laying off its first fumes. Gonna set this to beep to test the multimeter. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's real soft. Let me move it up to the camera. And there's a stand function on the multimeter. There. Oh, there's also a backlight function, which makes it kind of bright. I'm gonna turn it off now to save battery. I think the iron's ready now. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna test soldering is let me see. This proto board with a resistor. Gonna bend the leads out a bit so it stays in place. Okay, getting the solder ready. If I can actually get the solder out, that'd be useful. I think it's lead-free solder just by the looks of how shiny it is. Either that or it's not oxidized at all. Well, wetting the iron. There it is, wetted the iron for the first time. There, I got some more solder out. Okay, first attempt. Gonna heat up the lead, put the solder. There, that actually, oh, yeah. I'm gonna reflow it a bit because that's a bit of an ugly joint. Yeah, it solders pretty well. I clean the iron a bit. And gonna test the snips, see how well it snips the end of the lead. Oh, that's ugly. I accidentally cut some of the solder off, as you can kind of see right there. Okay, time to test out the flux that it came with. I don't have my flux brush anywhere near me, and I'm not going to get up, so I have to do some editing. So I guess I'll use the back of the wrench. Okay, smooth surface on the flux, breaking it for the first time. That's more than enough flux. There it is, I applied the flux. Now I'm going to test the solder on it. Let's see how this goes. Since I wiped the iron off, I'm going to wet it again. This iron is pretty nice, if I don't say myself. I'm going to flow the solder on. That went on beautifully. I'm going to have cleaned the flux off after though. Wiping off the tip a bit. I'll let you guys see that joint before I do anything to mess it up. That is beautiful. Well, time to test the snips again without messing it up. There. That is beautiful. That is probably one of the best solder joints I've ever made. And best solder cuts that I've made by cutting this, lead off. Now the next thing to test is the Desoldering Wick. For this, I'm going to be testing it on this broken light circuit, LED light circuit for a wall night light. Gonna use the solder sucker. Hasn't been used before, so this is a good test for it. I'm gonna first try desolder, there's real big leads. Oh wait, wrong button. I'm an idiot. Ooh, that is unbearable to touch. Gonna let that cool off for a bit, actually. That didn't desolder too well. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I'm gonna pick that up. Okay, so it's bearable to touch. Nope, it's still not bearable to touch. Gonna try the other lead. Let me actually zoom in on the camera so you guys can see this better. Gonna get the other side now. Switching hands haphazardly is it. Oh, that went pretty well. There, I wish I had a pair of pliers. Oh wait, I have crimpers right next to me. That might work. Let's see if it's loose enough. Oh, maybe if I just, well, melt the solder, then quickly shake this off. I'm gonna try that again. Okay, I think it's loose enough that I could just... Nope. Oh, yeah, it is. It's just tightly fitted in there. There it is. Just real tightly fitted. Gonna desolder a capacitor now, or actually break off this lead. Actually, let's try desoldering a surface-mounted device. Gonna get the solder wick. Open it up. Get that. That should be enough, more than enough solder wick. Let me actually wipe off the iron, clean off the solder. Okay. Trying to get the LED right there off. I wish I had a helping hand solder thing right now. Oh, I think I got that end off. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's almost unbearable to touch. Okay, let's see if I got that off. Where's the tweezers? Nope, not yet. Okay, so there is a bit of solder left right there. A bit of solder right there too. I actually apply a bit of flux on to that. Okay, gonna try to solder wick again. Okay, there, the solder's gone now. Time to do the other side. I'm gonna apply a bit of flux. That's more than enough flux. Okay. Gonna put the solder wick on. Heat it up. Ooh, the solder wick got unbearable to touch. Gonna do the other side now. After letting that cool for a bit. Okay. Gonna wipe off the iron. And try to remove the LED again. Nope, the LED is broken. Well, might as well kill the LED completely and gouge out the inside to see how it looks. I don't know if you guys can see that, but let me set that to micro. Nope, this camera doesn't have that setting. Let me zoom out a bit, see if I can get it to focus. Nope, not gonna focus. Well, that was worth a try. I'm not good at desoldering surface-mounted devices. Okay, next task. Let's see what I have here. Gonna make some leads for the, well, multimeter when you zoom out a bit. The multimeter uses the bullet adapters, so I have a few of those over here. That's pretty long, so if the wire strippers here don't work, I'll use my own pair, which are actually pretty good. Okay, setting this to the smallest one because that is pretty small. Oh, that actually worked better than I thought it would. Okay. Gonna move the solder wick out of the way, apply a bit of solder to this wire lead. Heat up the wire. Actually, let me set down the wire. Heat up the wire. Apply the solder. Oh, oops. Let's say that's enough. I'm gonna wipe off the tip. There. That wire is soldered. Gonna set that back down there. I'm gonna thread this wire through here, making an alligator clamp multimeter thing. I'm gonna crimp the wire with my special wire crimpers, the ones I bought for $7. Oh, gonna crimp the wires if I can get it to stay in place. There, that's crimped real good. As you can see that. Gonna solder to that now to make it a permanent connection. Oh! Wire got a bit tangled with the cord of the soldering iron, so that's never a good thing. There we go. Gonna apply solder now. Let me get some more solder out. Heating that up, flowing the solder onto it. This solder flows pretty well. It might actually be lead solder. Is that cooled yet? Nope, that's still pretty hot. Gonna test, well, do the wire stripper again. There we go. Got that wire stripped. Gonna put the banana connector on it. And gonna crimp it. This is yellow, so it's the last one on here. Darn it. I might be making an alligator clip now, I guess. Let me strip the wire a bit more. Yep, I'm making an alligator clip now. Gonna wet the iron. Well, the handle of the iron's heating up a bit. Not too unbearable. It's still bearable. Oops. That's pretty good. Oh. Well, that cooled off pretty quick. Gonna spread the weed for this right here. If I can get it. Okay, flattened it out a bit. Gonna crimp it again. There, and that's crimped on. Poorly, I might say myself. But still, it should hold once I solder it. Okay. I need to invest in a helping hand thing. Get enough solder out. Actually, I might be a genius right now. That went on pretty good. Now I'm gonna cool it off with the sponge. Gonna actually clean the sponge off a bit. Get a bit of the gunk off. Ooh, that's still real hot. Oh, that should be cool enough to touch. Yep, it is. And there I have an alligator clamp. Two alligator clamp leads. This is about, I don't know, I'd say almost a meter. Next item to test. I'm going to test out one of the heat shrinks around the alligator clamp. Just because. I'm going to use one of the lesser known tricks for doing heat shrinks. It is, well, actually, pretty simple. You just hold one end of the heat shrink and roll this iron on it. It may dirty the iron a bit, but still, at least it's shrinking. Now you let that cool down for a bit, get the outer areas. What if I put a heat shrink on a heat sink? And there you go. Actually, that might be a good idea to put that on there. there it is. I insulated the alligator clamp. Gonna let it cool down for a bit because I know that's extremely hot. It's a bit hot, but still. There it is, an insulated alligator clamp. My own DIY insulated alligator clamp. Well, that turned out pretty good. Now, time to... Oh, that's about it that I have to test out. Now, let's see what I didn't test out. Old screwdriver pen, I'm gonna show you guys that right now. Has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bits. They just snap in here magnetically. Pretty sturdy. And, well, I'd say this is a good beginner soldering set. Thanks for watching this, well, actually pretty long vid. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.